Thank you all. One concluding question. If you were talking to a person in district leadership who was just getting started thinking about meaningful parent engagement, what would your one piece of advice to that person be as we close out here? If you were just talking to someone, you met them at a cool conference, okay, and they said, man, I love what you are doing. You know, Dr. Montez McNeil, I love the work you've done advancing D&I initiatives. You know what I mean? Man, Andrea, I love the work you've done getting the community rallied around your school system. Man, Stacy, I wish there were more parents as involved in you as you with my school system. Dang, Dr. Escalante, I wish we thought about our multilingual families the way you do. Or man, Lori, I really wish that we took a systems approach to change the way you've been able to do in your district. What would you tell that person? What's your one piece of, if you don't do nothing else, start here, advice for somebody who's just thinking about the work y'all been doing?
I guess my advice would be, you have to, if the parents aren't coming to your building, then you need to go to the parents. So that's it. You know, you have to go out there, you have to find them in their churches, in their communities, in their playgrounds, and put yourself out there to find them so that you can learn about what their needs are and how to engage them.
Definitely. I love that. So key. Thank you for sharing that.
Honest inquiry and communication with the parents. You know, and again, you know, that going to them, finding them, that again, that's the basic foundation of communication. That's where the trust begins.
Thank you for that. I agree.
I think my one takeaway or advice to a new administrator would be, whatever you do to get a parent to the school is not engagement. Ooh. Engagement begins once you enter the door, and it has to be intentional every day. So you need to plan for 3 tiers of communication. For the easy and the old school parent, for the new parent, and most definitely for the difficult parent, you need a 3-tiered approach that allows you to build positive connections and relationships. And it takes time.
Yeah. Thank you for that. That is so true. And I love recognizing that all parents aren't one and the same.
My thought process is having a roundtable discussion. There has to be a sit down with our superintendent, with our principals, with our teachers, with our counselors, with our parent engagement specialists, and with our parents. That's where it starts, because we all need to come together to try and make sense of what's going to bring our parents back into the schools. Once we have that discussion, then now we can have a plan, because I'm a problem solver. I see it and I want to solve it. So if we can find out a way that we can actually come together, whatever that might be, and get our parents back involved, I think that's going to be the first important thing. But we need to understand why first they're not involved. And once we understand why they're not involved, why they're not engaged, now we can work on how we can fix that problem.
I hear you saying set a collective vision for what parent engagement looks like. That's what that sounds like to me. And that's amazing. Yes. Stacy said, not just lip service. Okay, Dr. Escalante.
So I've been giving this piece of advice to new principals. So what I tell them is, when you said that you're opening the doors to the families, say what you mean and mean what you say. Not just say that I'm opening the doors. And I also add, because you are the role model. Because if you say that you're opening the doors, but then when the families come, you are busy and you are like, oh, you close the door of your office. So you are not being a role model, and teachers are watching you. And you may say whatever, but if they don't see you doing it, they're not going to do it. So that's my piece of advice that I give to new leaders.